So we're on page 1. I need you to construct a triangle with sides measuring exactly 4, 5, and 6 centimeters. So this is your centimeters. Your centimeters are the ones that are the smaller numbers, the smaller spacings. Not the inches, but the centimeters. So I need you to construct a triangle that's exactly 4, 5, and 6 centimeters in measurement. And I'm going to, when you think you've done it, I'm going to come around and check to make sure that it measures exactly 4, 5, and 6.
How do you know where to put it?
Well, I need a triangle. Doesn't matter which one's 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, right.
Label it. This one's 4, this one's 5, this one's 6.
Huh? No. No, I'm JK.
Oh, I think I get it.
And it has to close. Your triangle has to close.
No matter how tall it is.
Pretty hard, huh? To draw it with just don't. Because then they end up like this, and then you have to buy me one.
Oh.
So let's not. I've already warned you. All right. So it is extremely hard to draw a triangle with just a ruler, right? Given just the measurements. There's no angle measurements. I didn't tell you any of the angles. Now, we're going to construct the same triangle using a compass this time. Now, what is a compass?
Northwest, east, south.
True, but in math, what is a compass?
It measures the direction.
Measure.
Parallelogram.
Northwest, east, west.
All right.
Northwest.
So
I use
you've learned how to use a ruler before. You learned how to use a protractor to measure angles. Today, I am going to show you and teach you how to draw using a compass. Now, we don't use the traditional compass with the needle on it. We use this. Now, this also draws a circle, and I will teach you how to use it. So this is also called a compass, but it's called a compass ruler. We love to use this. Maybe in your high school, you'll learn how to use one of these, but honestly, once you use this, you will never go back to using a traditional compass. So I'm going to pass these out. Now, these are tools, not toys. I cannot get these at the stores, so we need to respect them and not break them, not play with them, because I can't have you go buy me another one, a replacement, because they don't sell these here. So these that I have, Miss Kano gave them to me. So and she had them for so these are over 20 years old. We use them very, very carefully. There's many ways to break them, but we are not going to break them. We're going to treat them with a lot of respect. All right, here's what I'm going to have you do. Okay, first thing is we're going to learn just by looking. Okay, so on the top, you have centimeters as a ruler. So everybody look at your compass. You have centimeters on the top. On the bottom, you have inches. Okay, now I like to call this the magnifying glass over here on the left. Hold it like I am. If you feel underneath the magnifying glass, you should feel a bump. So go ahead and feel the bump underneath the magnifying glass. That bump is very important. Remember, the upside down triangle was very important. This bump that you feel underneath the magnifying glass, I call it the magnifying glass, is very important. So make sure you know where that is. Okay. Now, this is the first thing that can break, the little knob. If you twist it to the left a little bit, just enough, you will loosen it to have it glide. Okay? So everybody glide it to 4 centimeters. So you see this little triangle part? You're going to place it on the 4, so it points to the 4 centimeters. And then you're going to tighten it by twisting it to the right. Now you're just going to tighten it just enough. You'll feel it when it's secure. And I'm not going to tighten it for it to stay forever. That's how you break it. You over tighten it and it breaks the gears inside. So just enough. If I tap it, it doesn't move. Okay, I'm going to move it in 30 seconds. So this doesn't need to be permanent. So it's 4 centimeters right there. Okay, so now what I would like you to do is actually close your packet. On the last page, it's completely empty. In the center of my paper, I'm going to draw a dot. just like so. And I'm going to put the bump on the dot. I'm going to put the bump on the dot. You do definitely need a place where it's, I mean, you have pretty, yeah. Okay, the bump on the dot. My index finger for my non-dominant hand, so I'm a righty. So I'm going to use my index for my left hand to hold down on the magnifying glass. That's just the magnifying glass. You hold it down with your non-dominant hand. Your pencil goes into the hole where the 4 centimeter is. We're going to draw 4 centimeter radius circle. So I'm going to put my pencil inside the hole where it's already set to 4, and I'm going to go around in a circle. Now I have my agenda here, which is going to get in my way. Take my agenda off.
That could be a good circle.
It's a 4 centimeter diameter radius circle. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 8 centimeters in diameter, right?
Yeah, if you measure it across, it should be 8 centimeters across the diameter.
No, I can't even do it correct.
All right. Now I'm going to loosen it, and I'm going to do a 7 centimeter radius circle. So I'm going to move it just a little bit to get to the 7 and tighten it. Any one of the triangles need to be at 7.
Oh, I see it now.
Any one of the triangles have to be at 7. So it's either the closest one or the furthest one. Doesn't matter as long as one of them's at 7. Whichever one is set to 7, that's where your pencil is. So you see right there, a little blurry, but that one's set to 7. So one of the triangles is set to 7. I tighten it just a little, just so it doesn't move. I'm going to use my same dot. So it's at 7. Put the bump on the dot. Put the bump on the dot. Hold it down with my index finger. My pencil goes into where the 7 is, which is the other hole. And then I'm going to go around. Hold it down with my index finger.
Wait,
Go all the way around.
Is it the first hole or the second hole?
It doesn't matter, one of them.
See, Brian?
The reason there's 2 holes is because does this hole reach 10 centimeters? No, that's why we have the second one. Does the second one reach 1 centimeter?
I don't know, I think.
Try it. Does this circle reach 1 centimeter?
I like how
Yeah.
we're obsessing over the fact that
I'm
they're
confused.
straight.
I just know how to draw circles.
But I think they're too big. They're just...
If you measure it, this one should be 14 in diameter, and this one should be 8 in diameter.
Breaking my leg. So 8 in diameter.
Yeah. So this compass measures radius. So whatever number I'm telling you, you're measuring out in radius.
It's about. I'm sorry.
Okay. So go like that. Okay. Are we okay? Do we now know how to use it? Okay.
Lil Bo.
All right. So now let's go back to page 1. This is what I'm going to teach you right now is what you're going to be doing over and 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 over again. All right. Construct the same triangle using this using a compass this time. All right. Step 1. Draw the longest line. Okay? So which measurement is my longest line? 6. So I'm going to draw 6 centimeters towards the bottom. So draw the longest line. In this case, it's 6. Okay, so, and I'm not going to draw it on top. I'm going to draw it towards the bottom. I'll take my ruler, and I'm going to draw 6 centimeters. Now remember, the 0, that line's 0, right? That very first line is 0. Then I'm going to go to 6, and then I label it 6 centimeters. Some of you are very good at labeling your measurements. 6 centimeters. All right. Okay, dot both ends. Okay, I'm going to dot both ends. So I'm going to put a dot on this end and a dot on this end. So I draw a 6 centimeter line and I dot both ends. I mean, we're spelling out the steps here, so you're set. These steps will be memorized. By tomorrow, you'll have these steps memorized. But today, all right, now, we're going to step 3. Set compass to 5 centimeters, or the next measurement. I'm going to choose 5 centimeters. Okay, set compass to 5 centimeters. What comes after the P?
Oh.
I? Thank you. All right, we're okay? So set compass to 5 centimeters. So we're going to take our compass and we're going to set it to 5 centimeters. So twist, move to 5. The triangle has to be pointing to the 5.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Okay, so the triangle is set to the 5. All right.
I'll explain the first triangle.
Okay, so we're going to set compass to 5. Step number 4, bump on dot, draw half a circle. All right, so here we go. So the bump on the dot, not always start, but I start with the left dot. So here's the left dot, bump on the left. Okay, finger down. Draw like half a circle or an arc. All right, there we go. I don't need the whole circle. And I do it very lightly because some of this is going to be erased later. So there's my half circle at 5. See how light it is? It's not a permanent circle. It's a construction. All right. We okay? Now, step number 5. Set compass to 4 centimeters and use the other dot. Okay, so why did I use pencil? Set compass to 4 centimeters and use the other dot. So set compass to 4 centimeters and use the other dot. All right, so we're going to set this to 4. Set it to 4. Set it to 4. Now I'm going to use the other dot. I already used this dot, right? So I'm not going to use that dot anymore. I'm going to use the other dot. If you use the same dot twice, you end up with a rainbow. I'm not looking for a rainbow. I'm looking for these 2 circles to cross. I'm looking for these 2 circles to cross.
Would we make another half circle?
Even smaller. I'm looking for where they cross. So do I need to draw the whole circle? No, I'm basically looking for the point of intersection. So where do they intersect each other? Right there. So that's what I need. Okay, so that's where I don't need the biggest circle in the world. Okay. 6. Add your third dot and make a triangle. Yay! Woohoo! I'm going to add my third dot. Where do you think my third dot goes?
Where they
intersect.
Where they intercept. So right here where they cross, that's where I'm going to add my third dot. That's where I'm going to add my third dot, right there where they cross. I'm going to use my compass as a ruler, a straight edge. Connect. connect. Yes.
What are these numbers on the side?
Angles. Degrees. All right. Now, if you go back and you measure, guess what they're gonna measure? They're gonna measure. This one should be exactly 5 centimeters, and it is. And if I turn it, this one measures exactly
4 centimeters.
4 centimeters. Now, if you're into being perfect, you can go back and delete your construction lines here. You don't have to. But that's my perfect triangle of 4, 5, and 6.
Can I just do that there?
Yeah.
What the heck? It's crazy how magic.
You didn't have the right tools. It was like, I knew most of you were going to have a hard time. But it's cool. You're supposed to experience it. You're supposed to experience it having difficulty and struggling with it. So then you appreciate it when I give you the right tools. And you're like, oh, okay, I see how this is useful. Because if I just have a ruler, it's not going to work. Because if we didn't do this experiment, some of you are like, I can just do it with a ruler. But you can't. But whatever. It's cool. All right, we're good? This is a lot of directions. Again, you'll have these memorized by tomorrow. It'll be second nature.
What about this?
Oh, yeah, it's totally. You struggled.
Wait, the 5, 5.
Oh, nothing.
So we did all of that for triangle.
Isn't the 5, 5, and 5 just for line?
Well, aren't they all line?
We did just take the same.
3, 5, and 7. Okay, wait. I already forgot.
All right.
Can we do this one by ourselves?
I'm going to guide you through it, but if you want to work ahead, that's perfectly fine. What's our first step?
Find the biggest.
Yep. So we're going to construct a triangle with sides measuring exactly 3, 5, 7. So the reason I always choose the longest side. So let's do 7 centimeters. Always choose the longest side. So I'm going to, and do it towards the bottom so you have enough room to do your circles. Don't do it towards the edge, kind of in the middle, but at the bottom. So this is 7. So I'm going to draw out 7. Start here where this long line is, where the MM and CM are. Go all the way to the 7. That would be exactly 7 centimeters. And I'm going to label it 7 centimeters. Just like so. Then my next step is to do 2 dots. One on each end. Just like so. A dot and a dot. Then I'm going to try to find my compass that I don't know where I left it. Here it is. Okay, then you set it. You can either set it to 3 or 5. Does it matter? No. Just as long as you do both. I'll do 3. Move it over to 3. Tighten it up. Right? Set to 3. I always tend to start on the left dot. Could you start on the right dot? Yeah. So hold it down with your index finger. The bump goes on your dot. Pencil. Semicircle. The staple sometimes gets in the way. It's alright. The first circle is hard because you don't know how much of a circle you need. You don't know where the other one's going to cross it. Okay, so I did 7. I did 3. Now I need to do 5. So I set my compass to 5 centimeters. Move it over to 5. Set it. Doesn't move. It's set to 5. Now I'm going to use the other dot, but I'm going to make a mistake. Let's pretend I don't use the other dot and I do 5. This is a mistake. I know you made a mistake like from 5,000 miles away. You're looking for the point where these 2 circles intersect. Are they ever going to intersect? No. So when you end up with a rainbow, what I like to call a rainbow is that you didn't use the other dot. So if you end up with this mistake, is that you didn't switch over to the other dot. That's all that is. So that was a mistake that we sometimes see. All right. Now you're looking for where they cross. So do I need my whole circle? No. I just need to figure out, okay, where do they cross? They're going to cross somewhere. And that is my 3rd dot. Okay. Yay. It's a little confusing at the beginning because there's so many little steps I got to teach you. Kind of like your protractor. Got to teach you the upside down T. I got to teach you where the zeros are. I got to teach you left or right. then it becomes super second nature to you, I hope. This is 3 centimeters, and this will be 5 centimeters. You can double check by using your ruler to double check your measurements. 5 and
What if you
3.
got it the other way? That's fine.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Is it still a triangle that's 3, 5, and 7?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a mirror image. Perfectly fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know.
So this is what you should get for page 2,
What's the idol list?
right?
Yeah.
Nobody else stuff on set.
We all are.
She
I'm
just-
stuck.
Try number 7. Stress out about number 7.
The half circles don't skip it.
No, try it.
I already tried it.
Okay. Prove to me what for a 7 or 8. No, try it.
Bet.
I already tried it, but
We already got.
You got to go through it, right? Because there's a reason why it doesn't work. There is a reason why it doesn't work.
Accusation.
Because one of them is too short. 2 is too short.
What the heck? Why you sniffing me, bro?
Or 7's too long. Or 4's too short.
Exactly.
You never know.
Yeah.
I got number 8.
Okay, so number 7. I love number 7 because it stresses out my students.
What the heck?
So you have 7. And Mia, no matter what numbers you use, it's just not going to happen. And there's a reason, which I will show you in a couple of days, of why this just doesn't work. You basically prove to me, you show me, this is showing me like, I tried it a different way, I did it, it doesn't work. Leaving it blank, skipping it, is not trying it. You still have to go through the motions and realize, there's a reason I need you to try and fail, because in a couple of weeks, I'll be like, hey, do you guys remember number 7 when we tried and we failed? This is why it failed, and then it'll make sense to you. All right.
I tried it and they erased it.
Can I leave it like this?
Because it doesn't touch each other.
This is, I'm going to come back in a couple of days and be like, go back to number 7. Look at those numbers. This is why it didn't work. Now, number 8. If you don't know what an isosceles triangle is, that's okay. I get to show it to you in a couple of days. With a base of 3 centimeters and sides of 5 centimeters. So what's my third number?
5.
Why?
Because it says size.
Exactly. Now I said use your English skills. So sides means that 5 repeats. Now you could do a base of 3 or not, but I guess because it said a base of 3, I'm going to do a base of 3.
Yeah.
What?
If you use 5, that's fine. I'm not.
Why are you explaining me?
Isosceles. What does isosceles mean?
When the sides are the same?
But I have a 3 in there.
No, the size. That's the base.
Oh, okay, fine.
Does that count?
Isosceles is something particular.
Baba Grill. Baba
No, if you
Grill.
have
Isn't it everything
Baba Grill.
like the sides are equal?
no.
Sorry, my behind bang.
Does anybody know what you call a triangle that has all equal sides?
Rectangle. Rectangle.
Oh, right triangle.
Triangle.
A rectangle, right?
No, a rectangle.
A rectangle is where there's a right angle inside of it.
Parallelogram.
Miss Novelli,
Oh my god.
what is it? Like, oh my god.
Yeah, you can send them
Honestly,
back.
we wouldn't be like this if you
You can
just
hold
told
it
us
back.
the answers.
It's a circle.
I mean,
Just tell us what an isosceles is.
You can.
What's an isosceles?
it's alright.
Here.